So welcome back. This is my weekly video from Shoreham Auctions. I'm based on Orkney, a retired EV dealer, electric vehicle dealer, and I do these weekly videos just to give you some idea of what values are doing through a trade / public auction at Shoreham, which is on the south coast. So for those that watch my videos regularly, last week I had sort of like the Magnificent Seven. So there were 7 vehicles that went through and none of them sold, and I'm following them through the subsequent weeks to see what they eventually make. So it doesn't mean all 7 will go through this week. Some are going to go through next week, and some seem to have disappeared altogether. Now they might be being held back for a future sale, or they may have actually sold after the sale to the highest bidder. But today we're going to catch up on the Skoda Enyaq and a Tesla Model Y in red. And then next week, the 8th of May, there's a Model 3 on a 70 plate that's been through about 4 times. That's going through next Thursday. And also the lovely blue EV6 on a 22 plate. That's going through next week. And the others, I don't know where they've gone. They may have sold, or they may be being held back. Anyway, also there is 35 Nissan Leaf and 6 Zoes. Now I'm not going to bore you with 35 Nissan Leaf because basically I call them bread and butter cars. You won't watch for very long if you're just watching 35 Nissan Leaf go through a sale. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pick a Tecna and a Centre and an M connector if for those 3 trim levels. I'll just pick out those 3 just as some idea of what they're fetching with regard to prices for that particular spec and trim level, and the 6 Zoes. So I'll just do one. I think they're all basically the GT line, 50 kilowatt hour. But all the rest is a good variation of cars. There's a Nissan Aria in like a bronzy gold colour, which I saw last week, that didn't sell at £28,000. So that's going through again today. Also an ID3 and a Mercedes-Benz that went through last week and is going through again. So again, as we go through the video, I'll pop up last week's price, and you'll also hear whether it's sold this week or not. A lot of waffling. Thanks for staying on. If you want to know what the fees are, stay to the end of the video because there's a little clip at the end which tells you how much the fees are on top of the hammer price if you were to bid as a member of the public standing actually in the hall in Shoreham. Let's get straight into the sale. First one through today, the Smart 44. 60 kilowatt, that's the power of the motor. And it's a 17.5 kilowatt hour battery. Oh, it's a little PD battery, but it's a little PD car. 9,688 miles from Blue Motor Finance. Might could be a repossession. On a 19 plate, you've got to apply for a V5. Sounds like a bit repossession. Yeah, there we go. So it's cap clean is 6.4. That looks like a bit of value, doesn't it? Yeah, so small with that size battery, you get around about 80 miles out of it. 19 plate, 4.4, which is a 4-door, 4.8 hall bid and an online bid. MOT is due in June, £4,800, and that is provisional, not sold. That may well go through next week. It's mini time, Cooper S, level 2. I do like those plug wheels. 30,000 miles on a 69 plate. Look at this, folks. Cap average £7,500. That's a nice little thing, isn't it? 3 service stamps. Got the old yellow mirrors with a bit of scratch in there. So you'll have done your homework before you bid. And I have to say, I do like those wheels. A lot of people don't, but I do. I think they look cracking. But what a lot of value. 33 kilowatt hour. It's basically a BMW i3 underneath. 7.4. Yeah, nice thing this. 30,000 miles. MOT due March 2026. So it's got a good chunky of nearly 12 months MOT on that. 7.7. Cap average is 7.5. It's grade 3. Looks nice in the white with the yellow accents, I think. Nice thing this, from Vines Group. And this will be a part exchange because there's no VAT. VAT qualifying only comes from lease cars. Yeah, 7.5. Cap clean is 8.5. Is he going to let this go? So there'll be somebody on the rostrum or on the telephone saying sell it or may go let it go provisional to instruct the auction house, and that is provisional at 7.5. Renault Kangoo time, the new shape Kangoo, 44 kilowatt hour advance, 90 kilowatt motor, from Leases UK Limited, in the grey. It looks nice in grey instead of white, doesn't it? 73 plate. This is plus VAT because it's a commercial vehicle, so whatever the hammer comes down at, it's then plus VAT, and these cap prices are plus VAT. So the average price is 12.5. It's grade 1. It's out the box. Got a few marks on it, but it's a tool, isn't it, at the end of the day? I believe, could be wrong, these have all now got CCS rapid charging, which Renault should have done years ago across all their models, but yeah, let's not go down that rabbit hole. 5,000 miles, and that is provisional at 9.9 plus VAT. Here's another funny one. I've got a future video coming out about these. This is a hydrogen fuel cell, folks. The Hyundai Nexo Premium SE. These were 65 grand new. And these haven't been getting anywhere near £7,500. There are 3 places you can fill up with hydrogen in the UK. Say no more. And you can't plug them in. It's just, yeah. It's old tech that doesn't work, but you still hear people going, oh, the future's hydrogen, it's not electric. It's not. 3 places to fill up, folks. Grade 2, online bid, hall bid. I expect he's just trying to get it over the £7,000 mark, which is where it's been sitting for the last 3 times it's gone through, and that is provisional at £7,000. Still not sold. Another van through before all the cars, the Peugeot Partner, again ex-lease vehicle, 10,000 miles, it's a 50 kilowatt hour. It's the same as the Vauxhall Vivaro, it's a Stellantis car. The average is 12.1, it's silver grade 1, so just the odd few marks. Yeah, nice thing, and that is provisional at 8.8, not sold. That will go through again next week. ID4 time. This went through, I think. No, that's not an ID4. That looks like an Audi. Where's the ID4? There it is, coming now, look. In the white, 72,000 miles. It's been busy, isn't it? 77 kilowatt hour. Navuna Vehicle Solutions, 21 plate. Boot struts do not keep boot open. Maybe it's been a taxi. Seat condition poor, so you'd have had a look at the condition before you bid. It's a grade 3. Cap average is 12.4. ID4 first edition Pro Performance. It's at 12.8. We've got online bids and a hall bid. VAT qualifying, so that basically means it's come from a leasing company with VAT registered, and if you buy it, 12.8 provisional didn't sell. If you buy it, there's VAT included in the hammer price. Peugeot E2008 Premium, this went through last week, can't remember what it fetched, 24,000 miles, grade 2. The cap average is 11,650 on a 71 plate. Again, you'd have done your homework. It's probably just some chips and marks. Oh, a little parking dent there, that'll easily come out with a cold dent repairman. Stellantis car, not the most economical, but you know, it is what it is. Quite popular shape, sort of soft SUV thing. 11.1. Is he going to let this go? 11.1. As I said in my previous video, this is why traders go week in, week out, or sit on the internet week in, week out looking for a bargain. 10.4. And it's all down to the owner, Navuna, as to whether they're going to let it go or not. 10.6. 10.7, 10.8. The average is 11.6. Got online bid and a hall bid. Where's it going to go? Grade 2. Nice miles. Nice spec, being the GT Premium. 50 kilowatt hour. Not the most efficient. So you're probably looking at about 130, 140 mile range out of these. 11,150, which suits most people, to be honest. And that is provisional 11,150. Right, it's MG5 time. This is the SE spec, not the trophy spec. 3,800 miles, grade 3. Look to this. I had a look at this. It's all right. You don't get the leather. You don't get the keyless entry. Various bits and bobs missing. But if you want a really good workhorse, that is really, really good. I had a quick look at this yesterday. Where was it on the dashboard? Was it there? That was it. There you go. Look, at 69%, showing 161 miles on the gasometer. Great EVs these are. 12.9 it's up to. First time through. I've not seen this before. 13. And the price is reflecting that. Look, its desirability. Not that many estates in this sort of price bracket. And a lot of people with around £15,000 to spend retail. Cap clean is 13.8. It's up to 13.4. He will let this go. And it's hall bidders. There's all hall bidders. And that is sold 13.4. Nice. Right. Tesla Model Y. Been keeping an eye on this one. In the red. Long range all-wheel drive. About a month ago, this went through and didn't sell at 24.8. On the 24th of April, that's last week, it didn't sell at 24.4. So, yeah. And cap average is 23.8. Is he going to let this go? So the highest it's been is 24.8 and then 24.4. Is he going to get anywhere near 24.4 like he did last week? Online bids, 22.5. Is the Elon effect having an effect on values? And when is Mr. Navuna going to go, do you know what? Just let it go. Because how many times is he going to put it through an auction? Let's see. 22.9. Don't forget, 24.4 is what it fetched previously. It looks like the bids are slowing, and provisional at 22.9. Wow. The Skoda Enyaq, this blue one, Eco Suite, 62 kilowatt hour. This has been through 3-4 times. Last week it got to 18.2. About a month before it got to 18.2. 18.2 seems to be the sticking point for this at the minute. The average price is 18.1. So he's obviously hanging out for a bit more. It's grade 3. Cap clean is 19.4. And it's never got over 18.2 since I've been watching this car go through. 23 plate, 11,000 miles. Looks nice in the blue. The Skoda Enyaq is a Volkswagen underneath. Good old big estate bus things. 17.6. 18.2 is the most it's got to. And like I said in my last video, people are just a bit nervous with the current finance markets being rocked by what's happening in the States with tariffs and everything. And I covered that in my last video. 18. Online bidder, 18. Think it's going to stick at 18. It'll go provisional again. Yeah, 18. £200 less than before. Next is an EQC. What's this? Lot 227. Right, last week this got to £27,000 and didn't sell. Lot 227 got to 27. So 300 AMG line premium, 80 kilowatt hour, grade 3, 15,000 miles, 22 plate. Got some services in there, got the cables, 26.3. Don't forget, got to 27 and didn't sell. Average is 26.8. So even though it went £200 over average, he still wanted more for it. 27. Still £500 behind what it was last week. 26.5, and that will be provisional. Yeah, provisional 26.5. This ID3, this went through as well, and I've made a note of this. Where are we? There we go. Last week it got to 13.1. And again, average is 12.5. It's grade 1. Cap clean is 13.7. But last week got to 13.1. Is he going to let it go? My feeling is he isn't. Because he seems to be wanting to hang on for more money. 12. 13.1 it got to last week. 12.4. In undercoat grey. It's the Bobby Basic with the plastic wheel trims, which makes it a bit more efficient. 12.5. £600 behind what it was last week. And it's gone all quiet. Online bid, hall bids, 12.5. And that is provisional 12.5. Let's have a look at this Hyundai Kona Premium 64 kilowatt hour. Didn't make a note of this last week, can't remember. 22 plate, 42,000 miles. Cap average is 11.5. Really economical and efficient is the Hyundai and the Kia product. So this is the sister car to the e-Niro. Just find it a bit cramped inside. A few chips and marks. Being black, it shows up all the marks. This is the premium spec, 11.3. Average price across the industry, computerized aided pricing, is 11.5. That's the average price. It's up to 11.4 and it's a grade 3. And that is provisional. It's 11.4. So here we go. Nissan Leaf, one of the first. There's how many in here? 35 today. I'm not going to bore you with all 35. I'm going to take one of each trim level. This is the Tecna 40 kilowatt hour in the black, 21 plate, 3 service stamps, both the cables, 18,000 miles, MOT till May the 17th. The MOT is about to run out. Cap average is £9,050. It's up to 8.1. And this is Mobilised Financial Services, the financial arm of Renault and Nissan. 21 plate, 18,000 miles. Tecna, you've got all the bells and whistles on the Tecna. Black, it's very soft paint on the black Nissans. And that is probably why it's a grade 2 at just 18,000 miles. 8.5. Cap below is 8.4. Now, is Mr. Nissan going to let it go? No, 8.5. That will go through again next week. So it's Nissan Leaf again, the N connector trim level, like the spec on this. You get tinted glass at the back and heated seats front and rear on a 21 plate, 14,000 miles in the free flame red. 2 keys, 8.5. Both the cables needs a bit of a valet. That will clean up easy. And yeah, again, you'll have had a good look at the condition before you bid. It's a grade 4, needs a bit of work. 7.2 online bidders. It's up to 73, and cap below is 7.9. A lot about, you see. So that is going to be reflected in the amount dealers are willing to pay, and it's a grade 4, don't forget. So it's got to be, where are we, £1,000 behind the average price, because it's got a fair amount of bodywork that's needed. 7.4. Is Mr. Mobilised going to let it go? No, 7.4. I did say I'd do 2 vans, but here's a white Kangoo van. 706 miles. Wow. Ex-demo perhaps. This is like a brand new van and still has a few marks and chips on it, but virtually out of the box, and just 700 miles. Plus VAT, don't forget. The average price for this age with these miles is 12.4. Excuse me, plus VAT. Commercial vehicle. Road tax now for these is £340 a year. Same as all the diesel ones. Provisional 10.4. So here's the last of the 3 specs we've looked at. We looked at Tecna, N connector, and this is the Ascenta spec. 40 kilowatt hour. They've all got a 6.6 kilowatt onboard AC charger. 16,000 miles on a 22 plate in the black again. Average price is 8,350. It's up to 71, and it is a grade 2. You get slightly taller tyres on these, which means they're a bit more efficient, and you don't get tinted glass at the back. Had a bit of paint work. Again, you've done your thorough inspection online with the inspection report from Showroom, which are always really, really good. 7.5. 7.6, 7.650. All online bidders. Good bread and butter cars, these. 22 plate, MOT is due next March, 7th of March 2026. And of course you can look up the MOT online with the reg. Provisional 7650. Right, another Nissan Leaf, but this is a different one to the 40 kilowatt. This is the 62 kilowatt. It's the end connector spec, 160 kilowatt motor, 62 kilowatt hour size of battery, 39,000 miles. Average is 9,250. So this, being a 62 kilowatt, you've got about 230 mile range. 7.7, so better value, isn't it? 30,000 miles, good spec. In the free, flame red. Needs a charge. Sean will always plug it in for you if you come to collect, or you're going to. It's probably been photographed a few days ago, so it's probably got some charge in it, to be honest. £8,000. Average is 9,250. And that is sold. £8,000. That was a cheap 62 kilowatt hour Nissan Leaf for £8,000. Wow. And it's Nissan Zoe, Renault Zoe time. There's 6 going through today. I think they're all basically these GT lines. So I'm just going to cover this one. 50,000 miles, £6,100 is its average price. 20 plate, 4 stamps. Wouldn't buy one. Motor bearings are made of chocolate. 5.9. From Mobilised Financial Services in the grey. Nice spec. It's got rapid charging, and when you scan through the pictures you'll be able to see the rapid charge connection that Showroom would have itemised in the description. 6,450. No battery lease to pay on these. None of the 50 kilowatt hour had a battery lease. You always got to check and make sure it's got CCS rapid charging, because it's not standard across the range. 6,650. Cap average is 6.1. Is he going to let this go? And that is sold at 6.7. So here's something a bit different. An e-Golf 35 kilowatt hour on a 20 plate, 19,000 miles in the black from Mobilised Financial Services. So, you know, I think they will offer finance to anything other than it doesn't have to be a Nissan or a Renault. Cap average 8.7. Is it 8.6? It's a Volkswagen or Volkswagen. Again, with German cars, there's lots of spec. 8.6 provisional. Kia e-Niro time from Motability, 22 plates. The entry spec, it's the 2. 7,366 miles. MOT is due March 2026. 14.9 is the average price. Both cables there, grade 3. You get a slightly smaller screen with these, just 7 kilowatt AC onboard charger. You don't get the sunroof or the electric seats, and you don't get the app connectivity. But it's still a great, efficient car. And that was sold £14,000. That was a bit of value for a Kia e-Niro. It's the Mokka-e, 50 kilowatt hour, another Stellantis car. 11,000 miles in the white on a 23 plate. MOT is due June 2026 because it's not yet 3 years old. So it'll still be under warranty with Vauxhall. Cables there, 1 stamp in the book. Yeah, got some scuffs to the alloys. And again, you'll have had a look at the condition report. Door edge chips there, as you can see, grade 2. Oh, where are we then? Sold 12.7. Nice. MG4 time, the trophy model. I quite like him in this orange. I think it really pops. I really do. Is this the one with the big aerofoil on the boot? Yeah. It looks quite nice, doesn't it? This was obviously ex-Motability. Where are we? 14,250 is the average price on a 23 plate. And, oh, hang on, 14, sold 14.7. Wow, Mr. Motability's letting them go today, isn't he? Nice. So here's something a bit different. Another ENIAC, but the 210 kilowatt, that's powerful. Sportline Plus, 82 kilowatt hour, 4x4. Wow. Didn't know you can get these on Motability. It's a flying machine, this is. Anyway, 27,950 is the average price, 17,000 miles on a 24 plate. That's a bit of a rare beast, this look. It's up to 27.5. 19th of March 2024, grade 2. 27.9 was the price, and it's provisional at 27.5. So one of my subscribers, an Ellis Rochlin 2267, asked me about this last week because it didn't sell. So here we go. A Peugeot E3008, 507 miles only, 74 plate, October 2024 registered. So this would have been an early return. Maybe sadly the person that was using it perhaps passed away or could no longer drive. Cap clean is 28.8. It's up to 25.2. It's grade 2. Scratch to the wing mirror is about the only thing, but yeah, nice thing. Look at that dash. Looks pretty awesome, to be honest. And that is sold 25.4. Last one through then. ID4 Style Pro 77 kilowatt hour, 5,819 miles. Average price is 25.9 in undercoat grey. Spare key, no history on service print, but you know, servicing isn't really a thing with EVs, to be honest. That's not saying it doesn't need a service. My Kia's just been serviced. I need new brakes. That's a future video. 24.5. And that is sold 24.5. So I hope you enjoyed that. Some of those last few Motability vehicles were selling for under cap average, which is nice to see. So yeah, maybe the market's picking up a little bit. All those vendors are perhaps seeing the wisdom in letting stuff go. Hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share and all that good stuff, because it really helps out my little channel. I'm going to keep my eye on the 7, the Magnificent 7 from last week, and see if they pop up again. Now I know for the next week on the 8th of May, that Tesla Model Y in red that was a part exchange, no, Model 3 is going to go back through again. That's Lima Bravo 70. And also the blue EV6 is definitely going through next week. What happens to all the others, I don't know. They may reappear or they may have been sold. Anyway, let me know in the comments, what are your thoughts on the way prices are going? And would any of these vehicles today pique your interest? What did you think was good value? I'd really love to know. And if you want to know what the fees are, stay to the next bit of the video where I describe how much the fees will be to you as a member of the public, with you standing in the hall at Shoreham Auctions. See you next week. So what are the costs of buying from Shoreham Auctions? Well, just have a look at their website. On their buying page, you get this buying guide. So whether trade or private, you can buy from Shoreham Auctions. Now there's a buyer's guide there you can click on and download, which basically explains what is below as well. So if you buy as a private individual, £500 deposits required, or bank transfer, ID, blah, 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 and you have to pay by 4 PM the following day unless agreed otherwise. Details there about being a trade buyer, but buying privately. Auctions can be intimidating to the uninitiated, but you've all been watching my videos, so you'll be okay with that, won't you? So here's some of the rules. Understand the terms and conditions, decide which vehicle you need, check prices before you visit. Register your interest to buy requires a £500 deposit, and everything else is explained there. So some of the things to look for, but again, if you know what you're after, you know, it's just stating the obvious. So if this is the vehicle for you, place yourself clearly in view of the auctioneer and wait for him to open the bidding. Listen carefully. If you feel the price is right, raise your hand to bid, and once the auctioneer has caught your eye, he'll keep looking at you. If you win, go straight to the rostrum. Again, this is just for bidding in person. You can't do it online as a private individual. And go to the pay office and pay. Now here are the fees. So it's basically a buyer's fee of 10% of the sale price, with a minimum of £125 and a maximum of £750 plus VAT, which includes the indemnity cost as well. Plus there's a £12.50 admin fee for the V5. And again, before you leave Shoreham with the car, it's your responsibility to make sure it's roadworthy, check the tyres, etc., and also tax and insure it.